Right, before I go on with the functions, the other functions of the noun phrase, I would like to give you more information about the direct object and indirect object. What is a direct object? It is a noun. The type is a noun. The function is direct object, and this goes always with an action verb. An action verb requires a direct object. It requires an object. A linking verb cannot require an object. So when you have a linking verb, it's impossible you find an object. You find, on the contrary, you find an adjective. All right? So in that case here, we are dealing with action verbs. So notice here the verbs. Here, the verbs repaired. Here, the verb invited. All these verbs are action verbs. They are not linking verbs. They are not stative verbs. They are not about a state. It's not like become. It's not like seem or sound. No, they are activity verbs. So David repaired his car. His car is the direct object. How do we know that it's a direct object? We ask a question using what? What did David repair? Or if in spoken English you can just say, this is very formal written English. In spoken English you can just say, David repaired what? This is what. When you can ask the question what after an action verb, you have a direct object. Now, we move to the second example. He invited Mary to the party. Here again, what type of verb I have? It's an action verb. He invited who? Here I have asked who, not what. Why? Because his car here is an object, it's a thing. But Mary is a person. I cannot say he invited what. Because it is a person, I have to ask who or whom. It's the same thing. Whom did he invite? In spoken English, you can say he invited who to the party. So when you can ask a question of what or who or whom after an action verb, you have a direct object. And the direct object is a function. Remember that. A direct object is a function. His car is a noun phrase as type. Its function is direct object. Mary is a noun phrase. Its function is a direct object. Now, the second point is the indirect object. So it's something the same. We are still dealing with the object, so it's the same rule. It's going to be attached to an action verb, but now we're not going to ask what or who or whom, but we are going to add a preposition to whom or to who, for whom, for what. We are going to add these prepositions. They sent him a postcard. Here, they sent him a postcard. Let's hide him. Let's imagine that we don't have him. They sent a postcard. What is a postcard? It's a direct, the function. What is its function? It's a direct object. Why? Because I can ask the question what. and it is attached to an action verb. Sent is an action verb. Because it is an action verb, it requires an object. It's a transitive verb. So if you want to know more about direct, indirect, you have also to study types of verbs, transitive, intransitive, or this type of verbs. So they sent him a postcard. A postcard, the type is a noun phrase. The function is direct object. Now him, what is him? Its type is noun phrase and its function is indirect object. Because why indirect? Because here I can say they sent to whom, or very formal written English, to whom did they send a postcard? So when you are using the preposition to whom, to whom, for what, you are using the indirect object, not the direct object. So this is just an addition to explain to you more the difference between direct object and indirect object. But please remember that the direct, whether direct or indirect object, they are always following an action verb. You can never have an object, whether direct or indirect, after a stative verb, a linking verb. All right? No, I mean, it's not stative verb, but linking verb. You can, for example, he is good. Good, what is good? Are you talking about an object here? No, so you are not. You are talking about an adjective. So an action verb is different from a linking verb. And a linking verb like to be, become, sounds, seem, remain, turn, taste, etc. are always requiring adjectives. They are not requiring direct or indirect objects. But stative verbs, no, you have to be careful with them, because I can tell you, I see a bird. See here is a stative verb, but bird here is direct object. So you have to make only the difference between action verbs and linking verbs. All right, and that's it now.